Dear ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the first ever video on Facebook Shops. Yes, you heard it right. I'm talking about Facebook Shops. In this session, we'll also try and understand how to set up a Facebook shop. First, let's understand how it all started. On May 19, 2020, Mark Zuckerberg on his Facebook Live actually launched this game changing web initiative called Facebook Shops, which will start in the US first. That's how it happened. Moving forward, this move has primarily been done to help the small businesses flourish online who are actually, being hit the worst during these challenging times of COVID. So therefore, Facebook believes that they can change the game, for the small businesses by getting everybody online and utilizing Facebook business pages to open up stores. So from now on, Facebook and Instagram business profiles can be converted into storefronts and people can sell directly. So the aim is to actually create this app family of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp working integratedly. You also can see that from today, everyone in the US especially can browse and buy products directly from the business Facebook page or Instagram profile. And that's actually very, very interesting because, there are a lot of things happening in the e-commerce, segment, even drop shipping and a lot of e-commerce websites putting up their ads on Facebook. Now, with Facebook entering the e-commerce space directly, there are a lot of things that will change for sure. If you're thinking from a user journey perspective, now there will be no hassle of clicking on an ad, going to the mobile site or the micro site, navigating the pages, spending time to go through the payment gateways. Facebook has actually made it a lot simpler for you guys, where we can consider and buy a product in just a few clicks, and therefore Facebook can directly, without having to leave its own ecosystem, is the aim what Facebook wants to have. Obviously, Facebook will be charging small fees, on each of the per se purchase, but absolute monetization will be coming in from advertising, as these shops that will also become the storefronts will also be featured in ads and stories. Also, the shops that will be consistent on FB and Insta, they will be mostly similar kind of setup that they want to put on the stores on Facebook and Instagram. But the change will be in terms of the discovery mechanism. There is a possibility of you discovering a store via a Facebook marketplace or a product tagged in Instagram or through Messenger. Anything is now possible from the Facebook stores. Also, a lot of you must be thinking that what will happen to Shopify and all other e-commerce websites who have been flourishing and providing entrepreneurs since in almost a decade now. So to be honest, Facebook has already thought of that and will be working with partners like Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, Channel Advisor, and all of those to make the small and medium businesses, give all the help that they need. So Facebook Shop, will actually allow the Shopify merchants to get control over, the merchandising and customization, and also be managing the product inventories ordered and fulfillment directly from within the Shopify, network. So that's pretty interesting, and how they have both have come together. And there's a lot of things to be now seen for other e-commerce players. You can see, even, as the announcement came out, Shopify, started putting up this on their websites, where they're now directly saying that sell products directly to Facebook and reach billions of users using fully integrated Facebook store. So that's already been on Shopify in just a couple of hours. You can see they're promoting, the fully integrated store that's on Facebook. They're also telling us that it's very easy to set up, and also you can grow your reach on Facebook. So these are things that were earlier done in separate fragmented pieces. You create a store on Shopify separately, you set up your ads on Facebook separately, you go on your microsite, you create the payment gateway. All of that now has been integrated together in the Facebook page. So that's pretty interesting. Now, in terms of the user cycle, this is how it might look. Somebody can set up a shop on the Facebook shop, and then users will actually click on the shop button that you will have where you're displaying your collections. You can view those collections inside, and finally go out of the cart and check out all in the Facebook ecosystem itself. So that's what the plan is. In terms of what we could understand from the Facebook Live of the CEO Mark Zuckerberg, we understood that they are primarily looking at of building an open ecosystem. So what an open ecosystem primarily means is where the discovery of a product, where the consideration of buying or purchasing a product, checking out, and finally purchasing, shipping, logistics, and even customer support will be within the ecosystem of Facebook. For example, in this particular case, discovery will happen currently on the Facebook where the Facebook shops are there, or it might be through Instagram. Then the consideration of whether buying or not, or maybe saving it for later, all of that will happen in the consideration set while you are on the Facebook shop itself. Then the checkout can happen directly at the Facebook. Eventually it might happen at other platforms also, but currently it can happen here itself. Then shipping and logistic anyways will be taken care of by the partners like Shopify. And finally, customer support is very interesting, where Facebook aims to integrate all the family of apps, even WhatsApp and Messenger, and you can get your customer support directly from there as well. So it is pretty interesting. So also there is a matter of fact that in countries like China, where WeChat has been dominant since almost 5-10 years now, already have these kinds of ecosystems where a person gets up in the morning, reads his news on WeChat, books a cab on WeChat, and does everything, even shopping on WeChat, movies on WeChat. They can book tickets. Everything is done under a particular ecosystem. So that is what the aim has been for all the big giants in China as well. And right now, I think Facebook also is trying to move that direction. We are trying to build that ecosystem, even as WhatsApp and Facebook are pretty strong, in terms of social media and engagement. It's a good move to ensure that everybody stays inside the ecosystem, even in times of online shopping. So that's pretty interesting. So in terms of the business Facebook page or Instagram profile, you can actually have the stories or ads on any of the platforms which will lead you to the Facebook page. So discovery mechanism is something that is you can define, and also then you can browse your full collection, save for later, and basically check out leaving Facebook without leaving Facebook at any time. So that's the aim here. Also, there are a lot of features that have been talked about, in the articles published by Facebook, where they're saying that, they actually want to create an integrated ecosystem where they're saying that when you want to ask for help or customer support, you can directly do that through messaging on WhatsApp, Messenger, or Instagram direct, and ask questions to track deliveries and all of that. Very easy. And in the future, you'll be able to view the business shop and make purchases right within the chat of WhatsApp and Messenger. So that's also something that they have been working on and will be coming up pretty soon. So this is some of the images that the Facebook had displayed. Yeah, as you can see, there is a store called Ink Meets Paper, and they can actually directly sell through WhatsApp. You can go to the collection and finally come out. So this is very easy. Even through Messenger or Instagram direct, this is something that you can do, where people can ask for queries, they want to give out customized things, then you go back on the cart and finally check out. So this is pretty interesting things coming up for Facebook now. Also, there's live shopping features. So soon they're saying that the sellers and brands and creators can tag products on their Facebook shop or catalog before going live. So if you are somebody who already has a page, you're going live, you can actually have a tab which comes below, in the video that you're playing in the live video, and people can directly click and go to purchase or buy or consider those products. So that is also something that will be really easy and convenient for anybody who is viewing the live. And there are a lot of people, there are millions of people who are actually spending time on live, and even on Facebook Marketplace, a lot of people are coming on live and showing their products. Instagram shop is the next thing that they are building up, and they're already in place. So there is where you'll actually start getting inspired by shops, by collections of shops, browse selections of favorite brands, filter categories, and purchase what all you love just in one place. So this will be done, and there might also be a navigation bar in which the shop tab will already be put in. Also, this is also pretty interesting in terms of the loyalty programs to your Facebook ads. So they're saying that even if you go to your local restaurant, there you'll be able to actually connect your loyalty points through Facebook account. There are also things, that suppose you are going on a local buyer, a local shop somewhere, and you can actually connect your Facebook points. It gives a lot of loyalty towards the shops, and they also can put up promotional offers which are very easy for customers to interact. So this is something that's going on on that. So coming back to the life cycle, we had mentioned that the users can actually view in the shop. They can, once the Facebook shop is set, they can view in the shop. Users can click on the shop. They can browse the collection and whatever collections are there, and finally they can check out, inside the app itself. So this is what the consumer cycle is, might be looking at. Now let's discuss how to set up your Facebook shop. So although it's we are trying to deep dive on more information, but currently what is understood here is, this is how you can actually set up your Facebook shop. And this has been picked up from the Facebook articles, and you see that you have to set up your business page first. And once you've set your business page, these are three primarily main things that have to be done. You have to set the details. So you set up the name, you set up the description, you give a cover image. So it is a user interface which is very, very easy. And then you click on next, from where you go to the next step where you want to select the elements. Now, while you're selecting the items, it is very easy because there are two options of doing that. Either you can do it manually one by one. You can pick up, your products and put in here while you're selecting these items, or there is an option of directly integrating it with Shopify or e-commerce platforms and picking up an XML file where you can directly pick up all the products that you want in your collection. So that is something that can be done very easily in the user interface provided by Facebook Shop. Then you also have to go in the next stage where you can review the collection details. So you have to get them reviewed. You put in all the items, put in all the selections, and then finally you get it approved, and then you confirm the details. And once you do that, it's very easy for your shop to you have to go to the shop builder, and new collections also is very easy to put. So if you see, the user interface is such that you can pick and choose the collections. You can preview directly how it will look on Instagram or it will look on Facebook. So that's pretty easy to do. Also, you can actually stylize and customize your collections very easy with color codings, with new color codings, so that the people who are viewing your pages or collection do not feel bored and see a fresh, creative every time they come back to your page. So that's how, Facebook is trying to build this whole ecosystem, and it's giving its users a pretty easy user interface to set up this shop and do more business. Also, as we were mentioning, they're trying to mirror the shops on Instagram and Facebook, and therefore they can be customized at the same time. And that's something that is incredible because it simultaneously you can control and customize both your pages on Instagram and Facebook. So that's pretty interesting. Finally, Facebook Shops, as they now say, is now open for business. So guys, let's get started and experience Facebook Shops. Thanks very much for watching.